Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Chrissy Cooking at Home. I'm Chrissy. I'm going to show you how I make buttermilk biscuits. I'm sure there's a million other videos, a million things, but I think everybody does it a little bit different, and finding the one that just sings to you can be hard. So I'm going to show you what I do. We're going to do 2 cups all-purpose flour. So scoop, level off 2. Okay? Roll up our sleeves here. I'm a little chilly, so I'm wearing my big warm hoodie. Okay. Then we have baking powder, baking soda, and salt. We're going to do 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon baking salt, and then 1 tablespoon, big one, tablespoon baking powder. Now, I just use a little fork and stir that together. Okay? Easy peasy so far. Homemade biscuits does not have to be hard. Next, lard. I use lard. If I can figure out how to make lard myself someday, I will. Working on it. But currently I buy it on a local store chain. Recently had it on sale for $1.20 a brick. And these are 1-pound bricks. They had it in 2 places. They had it in the baking aisle, not on sale, for almost $3. And then they had it in the Hispanic international food section. That's where I got it cheaper. So, never hurts to look around. We're going to do 1/3 cup of lard. Now, you can use Crisco, but you will not get the same biscuit. It will not bake the same. It will not taste the same. I do have a recipe that uses Crisco that is slightly different. Okay? Before I started this video, I went ahead and I'm working on preheating my oven to 400. It's getting there slowly. Alright, 1/3 cup lard. Now, the next part you can do with 2 forks. 1 fork. Whatever fork. Okay. But I'm going to use a pastry blender. You can get them anywhere. I'm going to blend this together. It is a cold, dreary, it's not really cold, but it's cooler for the first time in a while. Dreary, raining most of the day, August day. The rain has caught up with me, and I am low on energy, and I'm low on strength. Not that I had much strength to begin off with. So, what I'm doing is I'm kind of using the edge to scoop it together, and then I push down, and then I use the edge to kind of scoop it in the center, and then push down, work it, kind of push the Crisco out like that, get it in the flour. You want this is evenly mixed. You'd want to get it to the point that you don't even think you put any darn lard in there to begin off with. Our next and final ingredient is 3/4 cup buttermilk. Now, where I live, I cannot get whole buttermilk. I can only get low-fat buttermilk, so it's thinner. If you can get the thicker stuff, the whole buttermilk, and you like that, if you like the whole, and you want to use that, definitely use that, but use less. Okay? Now, since it's a rainy day, I probably don't need 3/4 cup because it's so humid. So I'm going to start with the 1/2 cup. I mean that backwards. If you use the thicker stuff, you need more. Start with 3/4, go up to a half if you need to, or the whole. See, brain not function well. If you get the whole buttermilk, start with 3/4 cup. If it's too dry, add the rest. But you may need up to a cup of buttermilk. I may not need this 3/4 cup that I've measured out. All right. I have a towel handy to wipe my finger because I press it so much. Okay, so this is what we look like. Can't really see any big lumps of lard. It's all blended in. Really nice. So now we're going to take our buttermilk. See, mine's really thin. Sorry. I promise I'll get better at this camera thing. Oops, I almost added the whole thing. We may need more flour, and that's fine. We'll use more flour when we work it on the counter, because you do want to knead this. Okay, it's coming together. Oven is ready. It's going to beep 6 times. Okay, I'm going to dump the rest in. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now you're going to get your hands dirty. Or you can add even more buttermilk and scoop it out and make drop biscuits. But we're not making drop biscuits today. We're making pretty cut out biscuits. Not that drop biscuits can't be pretty, but I'm just saying. All right. I almost put you in the corner there. You don't need to face the wall. Okay. Scrape around the edges. I'm kind of pressing the loose, dry flour mixture into the wet ball here. Okay. Now, need more flour. I'm not wearing my apron, which is stupid of me, so I'm going to get flour all over because I am a messy baker. All right, flour. Generous. Don't worry about it. Be generous. You're going to need a biscuit cutter coming up. Okay? All right, lovelies. We're going to take our dough. Okay, it's a little sticky. Not too sticky and not too dry. I'll wash that later. All right, press down. Flip it over onto that flour. Press down, press it out. You do not need a rolling pin. Fold it, fold it, fold it. Turn a full 180 turn, and then fold that. Fold the side in again. We're building layers. We're making layers in our biscuits. Yeah. Fold it in half. You can use a rolling pin. I do not, because I don't wash my rolling pin for just a few biscuits. Now, depending on the size of your biscuit cutter, will give you different amounts of biscuits. This is my biggest one. Do not ask me the dimension. I do not know. If I had to guess, it's over 2 inches diameter. All right. Can you see how thick I've pressed it? See, it's a little loose here because I've folded it so many times. But can you see? It's about a 1/2 inch thick. Now, do not twist your cutter. You can use anything to cut with. You don't need an actual biscuit cutter. But you can usually find these pretty cheap. Okay, there you go. See the layers? Onto an ungreased baking sheet. Okay, you do not want to twist. And that will, if you twist your cutter, all I'm doing is using my thumb to push the biscuit out. Okay? If you twist, you're going to get lopsided biscuits. This is going to be a lopsided biscuit, and I'll show you why. I didn't twist, you saw that. But this is the outer edge. So it's pressed together. This is not. You can see the layers? That's going to puff up, but this is going to stay down, so it's going to be kind of lopsided. And that's okay. I'm not entering it into the world's prettiest biscuit competition. Okay, tap off the flour here. This one's going to be lopsided because I got outer edge. Okay, currently we have 5 biscuits. All right, shake off the extra flour, move it to the side. Your scraps, still good. This is not one of those doughs you have to worry about overworking, okay? Well, you don't want to overwork it to a point. I mean, you got to get it together here, but now I'm trying to press it out to make 2. And then and then we'll make 1. So, should get, my goal is to get 8 biscuits. Nope. Alright. That one's not going to be pretty. Now, you have a little bit of dough left here. You can either toss it, or you can make a not so pretty biscuit. I'm going to go grab the smaller biscuit cutter. A little smaller. It nests inside my bigger one. You can see it's not that much smaller. A little bit of dough here. And try to use the biscuit cutter so that way I can have cut edges. Okay, I'm going to have a few cut edges. My twist there, I don't think it sealed it. That's not going to be a very big biscuit, but that's okay. I don't have a very big tummy now, do I? I'm going to pop these. I'm going to show you how they look. They're not the pretty. In a hurry, my hands hurt. Ta-da! Pop these in the oven. When they come out, I'll show you what they look like. I forgot to mention, I know I said the oven temperature is 400. I am using convection. So I'm put it on for 10 minutes. You might need longer if you have your standard, normal, conventional oven. So I got flour on my hoodie. It's gonna have to be washed now. Alright, so now I'm just using a paper towel to get this out of the way. What we're doing biscuits for is lunch. And since I'm hurting, we are using one of my canned up foods. This is a meal starter. This is a chicken a la king. I have some evaporated milk left over from another project. Not another project, another meal. So I kept it in the fridge knowing I'd use it either for this or the chicken pepper cache. I know I'd use it for something. So, cast iron. Okay. I'm going to make a roux. Tablespoon here. Because we want to thicken this up. So 2 tablespoons of fat. Oh, dang it. I always forget. Because it's hiding in the back of the fridge. So we're going to do 3 tablespoons of fat. I have some chicken fat. So, from when I made bone broth. I skimmed off the fat, put it in a jar. Okay, so there's 2 tablespoons of a fat. And then we're going to do another tablespoon of chicken fat. So that's 3. You can use butter. You can use Crisco. You can use all lard. Okay, go back in the fridge. Take a paper towel for my finger. Turn on the heat. Turn on the fire. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, use my paper towel I used for my finger. Wipe out my 1 tablespoon measuring spoon. That is melted. we are going to open our chicken a la king. I will link this recipe in the description box, the chicken a la king. It is not mine. It's a meal starter from Jeni Goff and her channel, Jeni Scratch Made Kitchen. Nice pop. She's a genius. Genius. Love her. And she seems like such a sweet person. The kind of person you want to be best friends with. You want to be your BFF. She just seems that genuinely super sweet. And she seems so super smart and knowledgeable when it comes to all this that I've done. So I'm following her directions on how to thicken up my jarred chicken a la king. Now this will be enough where me and my sweetheart, Logan, won't touch it. It's got mushrooms. He doesn't like mushrooms. So he won't touch it. I did do her recipe a little bit different. I added extra pimento. It's a little freedom there. Okay. So we have 3 tablespoons of fat. We're going to sprinkle in 3 tablespoons of flour. Now you can also just do this with the cornstarch slurry. But I like the roux. That is a personal preference. But this is something I made 5 quarts of. I think I did half a batch of her recipe, and I got like, oh, that smells good already. I got like 5 quarts, which would be 5 meals. And I wanted to have meals for days like today. So I'm going to get this roux thickened. I'm going to get this in the pan, get this in with the thickener, and then I'm going to put in some evaporated milk. You can also do half and half or cream. You know, I have half and half, but I'm saving it for another meal. I'll bring you back when this is as dark as I want it. Smells amazing with that chicken fat. I'll show you what it looks like. So a little tan. We're not going for a deep dark roux like if we were doing one of my Cajun dishes. I'm just going to stick a fork in the chicken a la king jar, kind of break up the chicken. It comes out a little bit easier. And dump it in. Okay? And right on out. It helped I used a wide mouth. I dropped my scraper. I'll have to wash that now. Turn it. More dishes. Alright. So I dump that in. It's on high heat. Jeni does not cook with much salt as we eat in this house. In this house, we like a lot of salt. None of us have heart problems, so we can get away with that. So I'm going to just sprinkle some salt on top from my salt shaker to taste. Now, I'm going to get this up to a simmer, which is almost there. Okay. And then I will add the milk in a minute. Okay, I made a little bit of a mess. I dropped 3 more things. It's not a good day physically. The rain's not helping, and my sweetheart would tell you I've been pushing myself too hard. And it's true. He's not wrong. I'm going to end up in the wheelchair if I don't stop. So that's why we're doing one of my pre-made meals in a jar. What I'm going to do is show you. Can you see the biscuits? Can you see these biscuits? Look at the layers that we created by folding it over and over and over. So we're going to take this one. Okay. We'll move a pan of biscuits that are beautiful. And I'm going to give this one more stir around with the rubber scraper before it goes in the sink. Make sure we get it all. I used that whole jar of leftover evaporated milk from the fridge, which was an 8-ounce jelly jar. Okay. What I do is I break it open. My sweetheart likes chicken a la king over biscuits. I don't care how I have it. It doesn't matter. So I just break it open. You can also just break it into pieces, but I cut into it with a fork and eat that way. Let me show you Jeni Goff's chicken a la king. It smells amazing. See the mess I made? Jeez. Got all over the floor. Okay. Look how, do you see how fluffy and luscious those biscuits are? A little bit more chicken a la king. Okay. Ta-da! This video was not about her chicken a la king. It's just, that's why I made biscuits. Now, I have some extra pimentos. Like I said, I love pimentos. I always bang the jar on the counter. So open the lid. It pops that seal. Store-bought jars, not my home canned jars. I'm gonna take a little pimento. It's gonna look pretty, but taste amazing. So then a little salt, and I'm done. And that is dinner. Ta-da! Biscuits with chicken a la king. Let's get you over to the biscuits. Okay. See the layers? Great. How fluffy, how luscious. You can see my little baby one. It did not rise because I did not cut where I needed to. You can see this one is a little lopsided because I didn't cut that quite right. This is a little lopsided. Like I said, I'm not entering my biscuits into be the world's prettiest biscuits. I'm telling you how I make buttermilk biscuits, and they are amazing. I hope you give them a try. Try a new biscuit recipe. You may have your old standard, but never hurts to try something new. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, you know, all the hoopla. So I'm gonna get this party started and eat. I am hungry. It's past noon. It's 1 o'clock. Way past lunchtime. All right, till next time.